Yo guys, what is good? Welcome back on the Uncle Sharma channel. How are you guys feeling? Finally, I can ask this question and I'm expecting some positive answers. It's been a while for us Interisti. It's been suffering in the league, but this Champions League keeps on giving. Day after Benfica, this is today's video. Just going to go through a few of the interviews and some match ratings. How long I'm gonna get to make this Champions League content. So I'm gonna milk it. And hopefully you guys enjoy. I'm gonna give a few shouts out from yesterday's match. Yesterday in the post match with Anthony, we were just kind of hyping and freestyling, but trying to make it a little bit more structured now. And let's get into it. First guy I want to actually give a shout out for last night wasn't actually involved in last night. Actually, he is the Porto manager. You guys know on this channel, Sergio Conceição, one of my favorite coaches in football at the moment, one of the guys that I do want if we want to replace Inzaghi. And he is the reason that I'm going to give, 10-20% of the credit for it last night, because his Porto team just this past weekend beat Benfica at their home, just like we did. They beat them 2-1 in the Portuguese league. So they've reopened the title race. This was a Benfica team that, only lost, once or twice before that. So they really, brought Benfica down to earth for this Interday right in time. It's all about Champions League. Sometimes it's all about timing. You play the teams at the right time. And it looks like we played Benfica at the exact right moment. And shouts out to Porto and Conceição, who did a favor for us coming into this game. And now going into post-match from yesterday, first I want to give out a shout out to our coach, who has been so heavily criticized, quite rightly, I must say, in the league. As we keep saying, banter era level performances at times. 10 losses is way too much in the league. And surely people will agree with me now, in terms of what I've been banging on about the squad. Yes, it's old. Yes, Marotta, Ozilio, they should have done a better job in terms of the building, profiles, athleticism, bit of youth, Zhang not investing, all that kind of, that is all true. But the team on paper, when all the players are there, like last night, you saw this team is good, and it should not be that far behind Napoli in the league. That's the main criticism to Inzaghi. And sometimes I don't like that he's almost treated like Inzaghi is like a charity case, that he's doing this as a charity. He's getting paid very handsomely, second highest paid coach in the league. And this team, second highest paid team in the league as well. They're not bums. But yesterday, once again, instead of, firing shots or, just being a dick, this guy chooses to go with a classy way, respond like a gentleman. Again, they asked him, is this revenge for all the critics? I'm not looking for revenge. I'm just working for the good of Inter. I know where the criticisms come from. He keeps saying that. He keeps saying that. So I don't know if he's firing shots at Marotta there a little bit. But we just have to keep working harder and better. The guys played a great match against a strong team and the real cauldron of a stadium at the Daluz, 100%. The crowd was good last night. Shouts out to those Benfica fans. I'm very satisfied with the match, but it was only the first leg. We have the advantage, but nothing is finished yet because Benfica are a strong side. The last few matches hadn't been rewarding for us with wins, but they were 3 good performances. Yeah, I guess I have to agree with him to a certain extent. Probably not the Juve game as much, but Fiorentina and Salernitana, we definitely did enough to get the win. We didn't score. This is the 4th match in 10 days. We're dealing with a lot of fatigue at the moment. Yeah, so I hope now he's going to be able to deal with that against Monza. Obviously, we still need to win. The top 4 race is just as important as the Champions League, because we need to secure top 4 regardless of what happens in the Champions League. But he's going to have to rotate a little bit. And again, Aslani showed it against Salernitana. Maybe Bellanova. You need some fresh legs for sure. But shouts out to Limone Inzaghi. And shouts out to Safner Azuro on Twitter, who made me laugh because Jacopo Roberto had tweeted Zhang's quote from 2019 when he said, I will retake Inter into the top 10 teams in the world. And lo and behold, the new UEFA rankings updated after last night, Inter made it into the top 10 now. So Zhang, he's fulfilled his promise. We can't beat this guy. You know how these rankings work, like coefficients. point. It's weird how Real Madrid are fifth. I don't know how it works, but Inter have made it into the top 10. So Zhang, his his words came true, and Zhang getting away with this. He's delivering all of what you wish for. And yeah, he's definitely going to come out with an interview, Zhang, saying, this is what we planned for when we bought Inter, and this is what we actually did. It is what it is. The next thing I want to talk about is the player ratings from last night. First, I want to show you guys the Gazzetta front page from yesterday. Great front page. Inter da Sogno, dreams or a dreamy Inter. Really, yeah, good title, good image. Barella there in the middle getting the limelight quite rightly. But the ratings, I'm not actually going to take them from the Gazzetta ratings. I want to use the sempreinter.com ratings given by a friend of the channel, Thomas Miller. So let's go one by one. He gave Onana an 8, Mr. Champions League himself, made incredible saves to keep Inter level in the first half. What a goalkeeper. Yeah, especially his save at the end on Gonzalo Ramos. Yes, it wasn't the most difficult save, but it needed to be made. It needed to be made. And with the feet, he was on point today. No mistakes with the feet. Just all around, his presence, grabbing the ball, collecting crosses, personality. Yeah, he's the complete package, Onana, and he's got over that mistake against Salernitana from the other day, which is great to see. And the Repubblica in Italy, the newspaper, gave him a 7. Again, yeah, I agree. Between a 7.5, I'll go between those two, 7.5. Matty Dahms, he's been given a 6.5. Yeah, Mr. Reliable, crucial tackles, let nothing past him today. Well done, 100%. I'm happy with the 6.5 all round for the defense. Acerbi, Gonzalo Ramos, we talked about it with Adrian from Rabona TV before the game. La Pistola, one of the most in-demand, hottest strikers, young strikers at the moment coming out of Portugal. Probably going to take the mantle of the long-term forward for the Portuguese national team. But yesterday, Acerbi, Bastoni, and Darmian pocketed him. So 100% deserved. And yeah, you can also see all of the defenders rightly rewarded on FOTMob as well. Let's have a look in terms of Darmian. Look at that. 89% pass accuracy, 50% long balls, only one tackle apparently according to this, but in general he was very, very solid. 9 interceptions, 7 recoveries, 1 headed clearance. Beautiful stuff from Matty Dahms. And Acerbi didn't put a foot wrong. He almost scored as well. If you remember this shot here, he almost scored. It whistled past the top of the net. That would have been epic. Again, 8 recoveries, an interception, 3 headed clearances, 2 out of 2 aerial duels. Exactly what you need. But here he is, man of the match from UEFA. 2 chances created. Of course, one of them we know led to the goal. But defensively as well, solid. As always, with Bastoni, we know he's really good going forward, but I'm more interested in the defending. And defensively, he was solid. 4 clearances, 5 recoveries, 5 out of 6 round duels, 1 out of 2 of his aerial duels won. Solid performance, well deserved man of the match. But as I said, along with FOTMob, I gave my man of the match to Nico Barella. Thomas, even though he's a Barella fanboy, didn't give it to him. He gave it to Brozzo. But I just thought Barella really stepped up. Like, he showed his quality last night. Not in intermittent phases, not too much arm throwing. He was, encouraging Dumfries and everyone if they made a mistake. He was being a leader. Look at that. In a team that doesn't dribble, he was the one. If you guys remember that beautiful nutmeg in the first or second half, whenever he did that, 3 out of 5 dribbles, 3 out of 5 accurate long balls. He also took 1 corner, recoveries as well, ground duels, aerial duels. He was everywhere. He was just an Energizer bunny yesterday, but also adding final quality. I'll put him just ahead of Brozovic, just because Brozovic made that last mistake that almost got Gonzalo Ramos, to score. And then he also got the yellow card. But yeah, yesterday, epic Brozo was back in full swing. When Brozovic plays like this, I am like, when Brozovic is ticking into ticks. La Repubblica were a little bit more harsh with Brozovic, only 6.5. But yeah, fair enough. The thing with Brozovic is also like on Twitter, I keep seeing this kind of Hakan versus Brozovic type of rivalry between fans, like, oh, Brozovic is dusted, Hakan's better, or the other way around. The thing is, Brozovic wasn't good enough until now, but he remains. I even slandered him on Twitter, which is the first time I've ever slandered Brozovic. But it's just the performances of these top players that just haven't been good enough. Maybe sometimes bullying works, but no, this is the real Brozovic. This is the real Brozovic. It's not about who's better between Hakan and Brozovic. It's just that Brozovic hasn't performed to the level that we know that he can perform to. But if he continues like this, then now Hakan once again is gonna. I don't know if he's gonna get back into the team, because the other guy, Mkhitaryan, he's really showing to be a real mezzala. Like, he's been able to do both phases of the play. Defensively, he was really, really solid. I think first half actually was probably my man of the match in the first half. Then he kind of grew, obviously he gets tired with his age and all the minutes that he's been playing. Thomas gave him a 6.5 here. Republica gave him a 7. I thought, yeah, 7. I think it's accurate for Mkhitaryan. Just all around 8 from Fotmob here. I think he should have scored. That's the only thing I would say. That chance that Correa created for him in the second half, I feel like he should have done a little bit better. But yeah, he just solid all around. Look at that, 8 recoveries defensively, really, really solid. He's adding to that defensive side to his game. And also he was like in the tackles, he was on it as well. Complete performance from him. The 2 strikers for sure. I don't know how Lautaro got 7 here. To me, he was not good. 40% pass accuracy. That is awful. Lots of wasted opportunities on the counter-attack. No dribbles completed. Only 24 touches. No tackles won. I guess maybe you got 5 recoveries. It's always with Lautaro. Always good pressing, recoveries, all that kind of stuff. But come on. We need more from Lauti. We need more. Hopefully he does step up. I'm not going to slander him today, but maximum a 6 from me today for Lauti, and that's what Sempre Inter gave, and also Republica, yeah, so 6. And yeah, Dzeko 5.5, even 5 to be honest. He really didn't do much. Very, very ineffective. Bit more involvement compared to Lautaro, but actually even less involved than Lautaro, 16, even though this guy moves around all over the pitch. But yeah, I think Lukaku should have started the game. And then Dumfries, I gave Dumfries a shine already last night in the live stream. So, he definitely improved in the second half. Another goal line clearance, strong defensively this time round. Apart from his first half was a bit shaky, but yeah, solid from Dumfries. He should have scored as well. That would have topped off his performance. And yeah, DiMarco, 6.5 for Dumfries. Yeah, I think that's accurate. 6 for DiMarco. Yeah, 6. I wouldn't give him less than that. He was very shaky in the first half. Very, very shaky in the first half. Republica gave him a 6 as well. So I think that's fair. And then finally, also want to give a shout out to Romelu Lukaku. This guy, his penalty record is unreal. It's like you cannot believe. If you say it sounds fake, if I bring it up again, shout out to Saf who retweeted this. 25th consecutive penalty. He hasn't missed since 2017 for Inter, 100% record. When this guy picks up the ball like this and he has it in his hands for a penalty, I am so confident, supremely confident. You can make memes and jokes about him all you want, but when it comes to penalty, you can call him a penalty merchant, but you need it. Every team needs a penalty merchant. Like, we know we've suffered over the last, when Lukaku left, when DiMarco missed his penalties, when Lautaro missed his penalties, we suffered. And now having him back, at least he's doing that job. And there was also another stat with Lukaku in terms of his goal per minute ratio, which obviously is skewed because he hasn't played that many minutes in the Champions League this year because of his injury, and Inzaghi just preferring Dzeko most of the time in Champions League. But 28.7 minutes per goal he's averaging this year in UCL. So he's stepping up. He's stepping up in the UCL. Clutch goals, which has always been a criticism of Lukaku. Big game flop, they call him. But yeah, that was it for today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. And yeah, let me know your thoughts down down below. Give me some of the player ratings. Do you agree? Do you disagree? With some of them harsh, with some of them not high enough? Let me know. Of course, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. We see you for Pre Monza. Ciao ragazzi. Always, always. Forza Inter. The champion.